Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Blue Ice Talks. I'm Blue, and I like to talk about figure skating. In this week's video, I'm going to discuss how the World Championship placements result in qualifying spots for the Winter Olympics and next year's Worlds. So this week we have the Senior World Championships, which is the largest and most important individual competition. We do have World Team Trophy at the end of the season, but Worlds is the end of the season for a lot of skaters. And at the World Championships, this is where skaters can earn spots for next year's World Championships, and because this is a pre-Olympic season, they can earn spots for the Winter Olympics as well. First, let's discuss how skaters could qualify for the 2025 World Championships. For those competing in the men's discipline, they had to have a combined total element score of 104 points, so that's between their short program technical score and their free program technical score. For anyone competing in the women's event, they had to have a combined tech score of 90. In the pairs event, they had to have a combined tech score of 88, and for ice dance, the combined tech score had to be 94. For every World Championships, if their skater meets the minimum technical score requirements, every country has one entry, and from the results of last year's World Championships, some countries have additional entries in certain disciplines. For the men's event, Japan and the United States have 3 entries, and France, Italy, Latvia, Switzerland and South Korea all have 2 entries. For the women's event, Japan, South Korea and the United States all have 3 entries, with Belgium and Switzerland having 2 entries. For the pairs event, Canada, Germany and Japan all have 3 entries, with Australia, Georgia, Hungary, Italy and the United States all having 2 entries. And then in the ice dance event, Canada and the United States both have 3 entries, and then the Czech Republic, Finland, France, Great Britain, Italy and Lithuania all have 2 entries. So how do skaters qualify spots for next year's World Championships and of course the all-important Winter Olympics? So the main method of qualification is at Worlds itself, and it's through the placement of skaters that results in how many spots are gained. When 2 or 3 skaters are representing a country, only the results of the top 2 skaters are taken into account. When 1 skater is representing the country, obviously only their result is taken into account. In order to qualify 3 spots for the country, if 2 skaters are competing, their combined placement total cannot be higher than 13. So the 2 skaters have to finish above 13 when both their placements are combined. For example, this could be the world champion combined with a 12th place finish. When 1 skater alone is representing their country, to earn 3 spots they have to finish in 2nd or 1st. In order to qualify 2 spots for their country, the combined placement of 2 skaters cannot be higher than 28. Now there is some complexity around this next bit, so if I'm not super clear, please do forgive me. If a skater finishes below 16th place, but they still qualify for the free skate or free dance, then their placement is counted as 16. So, for example, say an American skater won the event, and the next highest American skater placed in 16th place, they would have a combined placement of 17 and would qualify 2 spots for the next season. Any skater who does not qualify for the free skate gets a placement of 18 points. So again, if 1 American skater won the event and the next highest American skater came dead last in the event, they would still have a placement of 19 altogether, and so would still qualify 2 spots. If just 1 skater is representing their country, if they finish in the top 10, then they will earn 2 spots, unless of course they finish in the top 2. Places are then decided based on the ranking from the World Championships once those quotas for multiple countries are already met. There's an additional caveat where if additional spots are earned and the skater didn't make it through to the free skate at the World Championships, then at the qualifying competition, they have to be cemented and earned there. I appreciate that this is quite difficult to visualize, so now I'm going to explain it better with some examples. So the first scenario I want to cover is the situation that the US men found themselves in after the 2021 World Championships. They finished with Nathan Chen in first place, Jason Brown in 7th place, and Vincent Zhou in 25th place. From the combined placements of the top two skaters, Nathan and Jason, we have 8, which is above 13, and so they qualified 3 spots. However, because Vincent Zhou didn't make the free skate, he then had to go to the qualifying competition, which was the Nebelhorn Trophy in 2021, and by placing in the top 7 there, he secured the 3rd spot for the US men. A similar scenario regarding 3 spots would be that of the Japanese men, where Yuma Kageyama finished in 2nd and Yuzuru Hanyu in 3rd, so that gave them a combined score of 5, and then Shoma Uno finished in 4th and so qualified for the free skate, and they got 3 spots and didn't have to go to the qualifying competition to secure that 3rd one. The next example is also illustrated by the men in 2021, and this is Junwan Cha. So he was the only skater representing South Korea for the men, and he finished in 10th place, earning that 2nd spot. Si Hyung Lee went to the Nebelhorn Trophy and qualified that 2nd spot, since he wasn't at the World Championships and so couldn't secure it by qualifying for the free skate there. And then the final example scenario I want to use is actually that of the Chinese representatives at 2021 World Championships. So Yan Han finished in 13th place and Boyang Jin finished in 22nd place. So because Boyang qualified for the free skate and he finished after 16th place, he got given a score of 16. However, 13 plus 16 gives 29, and you need to have a combined score between 14 and 28 to qualify 2 spots. So the Chinese men, despite having 2 skaters make it through to the free skate at the World Championships, only qualified 1 spot for the next Worlds and the Olympics. So what do I think will happen regarding spots? And I'm totally ready for this to be completely wrong when I make my next video. For the men, I think that the United States of America, Japan, and potentially France will get 3 spots, with the French men probably having to qualify their 3rd spot at the Beijing qualifying competition. I think that South Korea and Italy are very likely to get 2 spots. For the women, I think that the United States of America, Japan, and South Korea will likely maintain their 3 spots, and I think that Belgium and Italy could very well maintain their 2 spots. For the pairs event, I think Canada, the USA, and Germany could all come away with 3 spots, and I think that Japan and Italy will have 2 spots. People might expect Team Japan to have 3 spots, but I think it honestly depends on the second Japanese team, as it's very likely that Miura and Kihara will get a medal. And then finally, for ice dance, I think that Canada and the USA will maintain their 3 spots, and I think that Great Britain and Italy have a good chance of maintaining their 2 spots. Like I said, I am very likely to be wrong, and so next week you are all very welcome to tell me how wrong I was. All that's left to say is I hope we have an amazing, exciting competition, and may the best skaters win. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover, especially going into the off-season, please do let me know either in the comments or on social media. I have a card with all of my links in the description, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!